Welcome back. Today on Real Reviews, we're celebrating something very special since we just reached 1,000 subscribers. And to thank you guys for that, we're bringing you the biggest, baddest speaker that JBL has to offer, the Partybox Ultimate. So let's go ahead and get this out of the box, see what we have, and we're going to check it out and do a sound test. So now this is really a two-man job. It says Team Lift. It's XL. It's really, really heavy. Two pretty big dudes pulled it out the back of a truck and carried it in the house for us nicely. Just to be aware, this is a really heavy speaker. You want to do this carefully. Open the box. And now it tells you not to use a razor blade on here. So it does have some stuff in there. Don't use a hook. I don't know. Don't walk on it. I don't really know what that is. It almost looks like it says no flamethrowers. All right, so here we go. Box is getting open. So it says no hooks, no feet. So you don't want to stand on it. They want you to use a dolly. This is no razor blades, and it really should be a two-person lift. So now the way that you want to open this box and do this, just obviously open up the top. That's what it looks like inside. Now this is a little bit tricky. So this feels like this is actually the grill of the speaker right here. So when you're flipping this over, you got to be very careful with it. Yeah, it is. Here's the JBL logo right here. So this is actually the grill side of the speaker right here. So you got to be very careful taking this thing out of the box. So it shows you right here, you're supposed to open it, flip the box over, pull it off, and then take the speaker out of the box. So this is going to be a little bit tricky here, guys. Makes me a little nervous because this is a very heavy speaker. So let's just kind of slide it over to the middle. Let's see if we can get this thing flipped over. Come on, JBL speaker. Jeez, dude, this thing weighs like 100 pounds for real. Here we go. Here we go. Ooh, this is the biggest unboxing ever. And there it is. Let's see, these are the wheels. So this is the back of it right here. I'm gonna pull this off. And the purpose, I guess, of this piece right here is to kind of hold it up when you're getting it out of the box, so you can take these other pieces off. Go ahead and grab these both off like this. Oops, and you do have a box here. The box of cables. Now here's the speaker. We'll go ahead and lift it up. There it is. First, let's take a look at what we have inside of this cable box while the speaker just sits there waiting for us. All right, let's see what we have inside this cable box right here. We just have some manuals, quick start guide, product registration, and we have our cables. For some reason, the cables, they come in like paper bags now, so be careful with that. These are like some type of strange paper-like bags. So there we go. It's just our power cable. Just a standard JBL power cable. Looks like all the other ones generally do. And that's it. Nothing else in the box. Let's go ahead and carefully maneuver the speaker over here and get this wrapping off of it. All right, so it's kind of taped here at the top. And there's no opening here at the top. It's just kind of taped up there to hold it down at the sides. So I guess everything is happening down here at the bottom. There's also tape down here. It's a little bit tricky to actually get this out of here without tearing up this bag. And I really don't want to tear up the bag. I like the bag. See, what you got to do is you kind of got to get it little by little, getting the bag out from underneath it. And then you can finally pull the bag off. Here we go. After rocking it back and forth a little bit, you just kind of get the bag right off of it like that. This reminds me of my car. It reminds me of the speakers that I had in my car because it actually smells like a speaker system that was in my car, like the wood box that it was in. This is like a legitimate enclosure. You can just smell the type of material. Wow, guys, look at that thing. That's such a beautiful speaker, such a big speaker. So right here we have two 9-inch subwoofers, two 4.5-inch mid-range, two 2.75-inch tweeters on this. So it is kind of like, I guess it has separates because you're going to be able to have your subs, your mids, and your highs all independent from one another. So that should really make a difference with the sound quality. So the speaker looks really, really cool. It's big. It's a huge speaker. It's really heavy. I mean, it does have the cool wheels on the back, so you can kind of wheel it around. Let's see how that feels. I mean, you could definitely wheel it, but this is heavier than the heaviest suitcase you ever packed, guys. Weighs roughly 100 pounds. All right, so basically the specs on it, like I said, two 9-inch subwoofers, two 4.5-inch mids, two 2.75-inch tweeters, 1100 watts. This thing is loaded with LEDs and strobe lights all over the speaker, which we're going to be taking a look at in just a moment. And it even has lights all around the bottom, which we're also going to be taking a look at. So let's go ahead and measure it. So height is going to be, what, about 41.5 inches tall. Depth is going to be, let's see, about 17 inches deep. And then width at the widest point right here, I said that's probably going to be about maybe 18.5 inches. So that is a big speaker, guys, definitely. This speaker does remind me of like a cross between the 710 and the Stage 320, especially the way that you have the knobs on the top here. The first time I saw this was on the 710. We actually have the light knob here, which is pretty cool. You also have the volume knob here. I really do like that. But with the 320, I believe the lighting effects are similar, and also the JBL badge on the front looks just the way that the Stage 320 does. So the other buttons you have right here at the top. So here you have your Bluetooth, you have your Auracast button, that's for connecting multiple speakers together. And this little heart looking button, that's actually your Wi-Fi connection button. Then you have your bass boost button. Here you have a little like party pad right here. You can do little sound effects right here with these three little party pads. And then here you actually have your mic, bass, treble, and echo. This is going to be for your microphone. So you got the microphone volume, bass, treble, and echo. And then if we go ahead and flip this thing around to the back, we have a gigantic port on this. This is the biggest port of any of the speakers I've seen so far from JBL. And of course you have your adapter right here, your power adapter. And then over here, this is a really interesting port here because on the Partybox Stage 320, this is actually the battery compartment. But on this, you can actually store your cables here. So you can take your cable and stick it in there. Now already I can feel, this is just rubber down here. It doesn't have like a hinge or anything. So if you open this up and close this, this is eventually going to break off in time. Now here is your actual ports that you have on the back here. So it looks like you have a microphone jack right here. You have microphone slash guitar jack, and you can do the little switch right here between the two. Here's your guitar volume right here. And you actually have a gain right there for that as well. And then here's your party chain. You want to go ahead and do your party chain right there. You can actually use that to connect multiple speakers as well from the same series. Then you also have your gain right here for your microphone. So you have the gain for the mic, gain for the guitar, and then you also have an aux in right here for 3.5 millimeter, and of course a 5-volt port right here. So that will actually do fast charging to your devices, like a phone or something. And you can also use that to plug in some media if you're going to be using media. The aux in as well is going to be for plugging in some type of external phone or MP3 player or something of that sort. Now, if this has a light on it, like the Stage 320, I'm not sure. We will be checking that out when we plug it in just a moment. So that's pretty cool. But this is another thing right here that I'm noticing is this kind of just hangs down. It doesn't have a hinge. So one thing I liked about the 310 versus the 320 is that the 310, it opens up. And so when you're opening it up, I believe it was able to support itself a little bit better. Here, it kind of like has to hang and hold itself, where, you know, the other way you were kind of like holding it up. So this right here, this is probably eventually going to break. So just be really careful with that. Just be mindful of that. And they really should have had maybe a little hinge or something there to kind of protect that a little bit better. So this speaker does look really, really cool. These wheels are nice. These are just like the stage wheels, I believe. They look just like the stage wheels, Partybox Stage 320 wheels we just saw a couple videos ago. I really like those. And it's definitely, you definitely can, you know, carry this around, I guess, but it is going to be tough. And one other thing that's notable over here, let's go ahead and put it down on the back here real quick. Underneath here, you do have lights all around it. So all of these little circles, these are all lights all the way around it, except for, does it even have them back here? Yeah, it does. So it has them back there too. They feel kind of almost like rubbery in a way. They're kind of cool feeling. And you have your pads on the bottom for the stand up. This doesn't have anything to like put it on a stand or anything, obviously, because it's way too big. And you do have kind of like a hidden handle here. So you do need to pick it up. So I guess this is always going to be like a two-man type of thing. So one person will probably grab it here, and the other person can probably grab it from the other side. If you're going to be trying to pick this up to put it in a car or something, or put it in the back of a van or wherever you're going to be putting it, you're definitely going to need two people to do this. All right, so I want to show you guys that you can actually take this and roll it around, but it is pretty heavy and kind of awkward to do it. And you're definitely going to need to work on your shoulder muscles and your rotator cuffs. So, I mean, this is a portable speaker. And if you're bringing this to like a big party or something like that, I mean, you're definitely going to be the life of the party. Everybody's going to love you, but it's going to take some work. So just be prepared for that. Let's go ahead and just set this up right here. Now the cable, it only has like a plastic wrap around it here. It's like a sticky plastic wrap. So you might want to get something else to wrap your cable in, because this is probably not going to be reusable. So yeah, so plugging in the cable, it's really easy. I'll just show you guys. So just like with all the other JBLs, open up the little flap and you plug it in. This can go either way. You can go this way or that way, but since the flap is in the way here, you probably always want to bring it from this side. Just like that. It would be nice if your plug was on this side of the speaker, but you know, even if it isn't, it's fine. Go ahead and plug it into my trusty little thing over here, whatever you call this, cable reel wall mount. I like this thing. This thing is really cool. And turn it on. All right, so this thing is anything like the Partybox 320. It's going to activate as soon as we press the power button. So let's go ahead and try it out. It's taking a lot longer than the 320. but it's a lot more impressive. I mean, that is just cool. Check that out, guys. That is a really, really cool speaker. The lighting on it is really similar to the Stage 320. It looks really cool, except this actually has LEDs that wrap all the way around it. So if you come over here and take a look, all of these are LEDs all the way around. Let's see if we can show you. There we go. Check that out. Look at those LEDs, guys. That is just so cool. So you have them on the side, you have them all the way around. You even have LEDs up here at the top. You have like a light at the top right here in the back lighting it up. And let's see, does this have a light in it? This has a light in it too. Wow, that's pretty cool. Look at that. It doesn't even have a light. All the little stuff lights up individually, showing your mic, showing your guitar, your aux, all of that. Wow, that's just really, really cool. So that's definitely stepping it up from the way that the Stage 320 is, because that one just has an actual light back there, but that actually is really, really cool. I like that a lot. See this little pad here, what this does? Okay, so this one is bound. It requires a little more pressure than I thought, but the way that these lights look up here, they just look very interesting. I mean, they don't look like a normal type of light. They look really, really cool. I like the way those look. I really do. I don't think that's something I'm going to be using, but a lot of people probably will use those. And I'm sure they're programmable to be able to do all sorts of different sounds. And you do have the volume right here, as always. It shows you what your volume percentage is. So 100% right there. Break it down to a more manageable level. And then you have play, pause. You have your lights right here on and off. So there we go, lights off, lights on. And then you can go ahead and control your lights right here by this knob. And then just to mention as well is that the mic volume is actually on the top right here for the mic, but the volume for the guitar is actually behind the panel over here. So if you're going to be using an electric guitar, you're going to control your volume via the back panel. If you're going to be using a microphone, you're going to control your volume right here on the top. So let's go ahead and get this thing connected to Bluetooth. All we're going to do is press the Bluetooth button. And now it's in pairing mode. And it's going to show up as the Partybox Ultimate. So once you find it on your device, go ahead and pair with it. And now you're going to be connected. So now you're ready to play music. If you want to do Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi is going to be if you're going to be connecting to the Partybox One app, because that's what this supports, is the Partybox One app. I don't believe it's supported by the regular Partybox app. So the Partybox One app, there's a lot of different things that you could do. And there's a lot of different things you can set. You can change your LED light settings, and you can change your button settings, and all sorts of stuff can be done with the Partybox One app. And that's when you're going to be using this heart button on the top to get connected to the Wi-Fi. And of course, you have your bass boost. So right here with the bass boost button, when you press it the first time, that's going to be deep, and you can see it's not quite that bright. You press it the second time, it's going to be punchy, and it's a lot brighter. So you know the deep bass boost is going to be a little bit duller looking than the punchy bass boost. So look at those lights changing. Look at those LEDs. That's just so cool. Wow, check that out, guys. They just look awesome. I really like the way the LEDs are on this. They're just kind of like all around the speaker. So you can see them everywhere. I want to show you guys what this looks like from the side, because from the front, you can't really see everything. This is the LEDs on the side of it when the music is going. It's pretty cool. And you do also have the ground LEDs that are coming out kind of all around the sides and everything. Really, really cool. Give you a better idea of what the speaker looks like. Okay, guys, now one thing that I noticed, I thought that this light right here, this LED light across the top, was broken, but what it is that you actually have to have something here inside of this holder, like an iPhone or your phone, whatever it is, and then the light actually comes on to signify you have something here. I guess maybe to remind you to, like, you know, take your phone out before you tip the speaker over and you break your phone. So that's why that light is not on. That's the only reason that it wasn't on, is because I didn't actually have something here sitting in this back piece. All right, so we're going to go ahead and play 5 songs for you right now so you can see what the speaker sounds like. It's going to be on 70% volume on deep bass. So please just sit back and enjoy the music. right, so after listening to those songs, let me tell you right now, I mean, if you're looking for some type of like, 2012s in your car type bass, this speaker is still not going to do it for you. But as far as like party music is concerned, I mean, I felt like I was on a roller coaster without a seatbelt. I'll tell you that right now. It felt really, really cool. It felt me scared. It made me feel like afraid that like my neighbor's about to call the cops on me. It was just like really, really loud. There was a lot of energy and I could feel the energy. So, I mean, this speaker is definitely great for parties. Right now, I can tell you that. And I do like a lot about the speaker. I definitely like the knobs. I like the lighting on it. The lighting is really cool. I like the spot in the back where you can store your cable. That is also really, really cool. And the fact that this even has an IPX4 rating, that means that it is splash resistant. You're not going to throw it in your pool. You're not going to bring it into a heavy rainstorm. But if something were to splash on it, if it gets a little bit of water on it, it's not going to destroy your speaker. So that's pretty cool. IPX4 rating and a speaker this big is like pretty much unheard of. So this JBL Partybox Ultimate definitely does jam. The Partybox One app is a little bit glitchy, as some other people do say in the review. So we're having some problems with it kind of glitching out on us. It kept turning the bass boost off. It kept doing some weird stuff with it, with the speaker. So you don't have to actually use the Partybox One app. You can just use Bluetooth. So if you're having problems with it, just connect it to Bluetooth and just use it that way. You may lose a little bit of functionality because in the app, you can do some extra things that you can't quite do just on the speaker, like programming these top, party pad buttons here. But if you're not going to be using those, then don't really even worry about it. As a karaoke speaker or plugging in your guitar to it or just using it for party music, this is going to be a great speaker. If you're planning on kind of like, taking this around all over the place, you really think you're going to be dragging it around somewhere, then you definitely better get a friend that's been working out because it is a really, really heavy speaker. So just keep that in mind. But it definitely does jam. It sounds really good. Even when we turned it up louder, it seemed to keep its crispness and its clarity. And it did also have quite a bit of bass as well. So I definitely like the speaker. I definitely recommend the speaker, the JBL Partybox Ultimate. And if you are interested in purchasing this, I will leave a link in the description. If you would like to support the channel, please be sure to use my links as they do generate a small commission for the channel. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe, and don't forget to hit that bell button so you never miss another video on Real Reviews. See you guys next time.